A few years ago, I found myself in an extremely challenging period of my life. Daily, I faced the difficulties of a job that did not bring me satisfaction, where several people had authority over my actions. Dealing with troubled colleagues and a troubled relationship made each day a seemingly endless battle. Honestly, I had negative feelings about this situation, feeling that my life was out of my control. It was at this time of profound difficulty that, while randomly browsing YouTube, I came across an intriguing video on how to apply Stoicism in life. This video, a summary of a book by contemporary philosopher Ryan Holiday, was the unexpected starting point for the transformation in my life. Without planning, I began to incorporate Stoic principles into my daily routine, diving into readings and exploring more about this philosophy. The change was remarkable. More than 10 books later, my life was undergoing a significant transformation. Anxiety and stress gave way to serenity and inner peace. My decisions became clearer, aligned with my values and virtues. Most important of all was finding a deeper meaning every day. Now I feel the desire to share how Stoicism can be a starting point for personal transformation. In this video, we will explore the fundamental principles of this philosophy and discuss how to apply them to the complexities of the modern world. Discover how these principles can be a valuable compass for tackling the challenges of starting over and building a more meaningful life. Therefore, if you are ready to embark on this journey of self-discovery and Stoic transformation, I invite you to watch this video to the end. Let's explore together how Stoicism can be a powerful guide to change and personal growth. Let's start, as I mentioned earlier. My introduction to Stoicism was not just an experience, but a true compass in my life, acting as a guiding light in the midst of darkness. Discovering the Stoic lessons of thinkers such as Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and many others opened the door to a wealth of wisdom. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy centered on the development of virtue, self-mastery, and wisdom. Its fundamental premise lies in the idea that although we have no control over external circumstances, we can influence our reactions and attitudes. This becomes a powerful tool to face the ups and downs of life with serenity. A crucial concept in Stoicism is the distinction between what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and choices, and what escapes our control, external events, opinions of others, time, past, or future. The focus is on directing energies to what we can modify, rather than worrying excessively about what is out of our control. Stoicism is not limited to theoretical abstractions. It offers practical tools to deal with stress, anxiety, depression, and assists in decision-making, promoting a search for lasting happiness. During this video, we will explore some of the key principles of Stoicism and how to apply them in real everyday situations. We will discuss the importance of values such as virtue, acceptance of imperfection, and living in line with our principles and virtues. If you have ever felt overwhelmed by the demands of life, wondered how to find serenity in the midst of urban chaos, or simply seek practical guidelines to enhance your existence, this video offers valuable teachings. Stoicism can be the key to a new beginning in your life, allowing you to build a richer and purposeful existence. However, it is essential to remember that this philosophy is a guide, and the actual action must come directly from you. No philosophy has the power to change you completely, you also need to help yourself. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on shared insights on this journey towards being a true Stoic. Let us go ahead and discover together how this philosophy, ancient and at the same time modern, can transform our lives, as well as transformed mine, making me reborn as a new man. Now, imagine the possibility of starting your life over by pressing a reset button. Would you do it? Restarting does not mean forgetting the past, but rather absorbing your lessons and using that wisdom to shape a more promising future. As Marcus Aurelius taught us, what prevents us from acting can be transformed into action, what blocks the path can become the very path to be followed. Take the next step, as he said, no one can stop you from this. Starting over is an art, a balanced dance between learning from our mistakes and moving forward with renewed hope. Our responses to situations reflect our perceptions. If we see the world as hostile, we act in self-defense. If we see it with benevolence, our actions reflect love. Stoicism invites us to question and adjust our perceptions, providing a new lens to face the challenges of life. About life and the search for seeing reality objectively and clearly, without allowing uncontrolled emotions to obscure and blind us, as Epictetus wisely pointed out. We often suffer more for what we imagine than for what actually happens. What he meant is that on certain occasions we experience suffering for something that has not yet occurred, or we suffer only in our mind, and in fact it may never come to fruition. Considering each obstacle as an opportunity is a perspective of the authentic Stoics. They do not see challenges as cruelties of destiny, but as exercises that strengthen the spirit. Each difficulty can be a new path, an opportunity for growth to get even further than before. Stoics encourage us to face difficulties as opportunities for growth, reminding us that just as fire purifies gold, adversity enhances individuals, strengthening us and making us better every day. What makes me a follower of Stoicism is the understanding that everything we face in our lives can shape our path at some point. This antiquated philosophy is amazing and modern in its meditations. Marcus Aurelius shared not only his words with the world, but his most intimate reflections, daily reminders of living with authenticity and purpose. The dialogue we have with ourselves plays a crucial role in our lives. We should be friends with ourselves, valuing our own presence anywhere. The worst thing is to depend on others to find happiness. Stoicism reminds us of the transience of all things, whether happiness, pain, success, or failure. It invites us to live with detachment, enjoying the moments that matter, but being willing to let them go, as Epictetus expressed. Remember that everything has a price. Choose what you value and be prepared to give up the rest. The Stoic journey is not a simple one, but it is deeply enriching. Teach us to value ourselves, to find strength in adversity and to live with intention. Dealing with disrespect or challenging situations often requires silence, something fundamental to a full life. Stoicism highlights the importance of living in harmony, not only with the external world, but also with our own inner nature. It is valid to ask yourself if we are acting according to our true desires, values and principles, or if we are simply reacting to the expectations of others. The universe is constantly evolving, and we need to evolve with it. Our thoughts have the power to shape our lives. We often strive to please others and seek external validation by forgetting our true essence. Stoicism invites us to recognize our internal value and not to depend on the opinion of others to find fulfillment. As Epictetus wisely stated, true freedom lies in not being subject to the will of others. What you will need to be anew you will be of yourself and no one else. Accepting is not resigning, but understanding reality and acting wisely before it. Acceptance implies recognizing elements outside of our control, maintaining the ability to control our own reaction to these events. It is the intersection between understanding reality and deciding how to navigate it. Instead of waiting for storms to pass, we learn to dance in the rain and deal with it. We cannot control time. The present is the only time we really have. The past is just a memory, the future an unknown. The real power lies in the here and now. Worries about the future or dwelling on the past only divert us from the present unfolding before us. Staying in a vicious circle of thoughts about the future or dwelling on the past only diverts us from the present unfolding before us. Life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. In a world where people often seek to take advantage of us, it is essential to remember the power of silence, both outward and inward. In this silence, we find clarity, purpose, and a deeper connection with ourselves. This space allows us to reflect, recharge our energies and focus on what really matters. Following the advice of Epictetus, do not explain your philosophy, incarnate it. Often, the key to progress is in releasing what imprisons us, whether it's an old hurt, a resentment, or an outdated perception of ourselves. Each challenge presents itself as an opportunity for learning, growth and strengthening, as Epictetus expressed wisely. In life, it's not about avoiding wounds, but not surrendering to them. When we were younger, the future seemed like an endless ocean of possibilities. So why now it seems that nothing works? The analysis of our actions is essential. Filter what worked and what did not, because this can be transformative. However, as in many stories, a shadow has cast over my journey. Alcohol, which was initially my occasional refuge from the turmoil of the world, became a daily necessity. He darkened my days and made my nights even darker. I found myself involved in a harmful cycle, where alcohol was central to friendships and superficial relationships. Happiness became elusive, and precious relationships began to crumble. Everything seemed to go wrong. It was at the height of this spiral of self-destruction that a short video about Stoicism crossed my path, as mentioned earlier. It was at this point that I decided to be a new person, adopting Stoicism as my philosophy of life. This video marks the 0 point, the beginning of a renovation. I hope that you, when commenting, "I will be a new person," and today's date, will also start your own renewal. I reflected on my self-imprisonment, especially how alcohol addiction took over my life. Inspired by the lessons of Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and other Stoic philosophers, I began my journey in search of sobriety. I learned about the importance of self-control, resilience in the face of adversity, and the understanding that we cannot control everything that happens to us, but we can control our response to these events. Today, several years after this crucial point, I leave behind the past version of myself. I am grateful to have discovered Stoicism at that time. 4 months ago, I did not take a sip of alcohol. I changed my trajectory, and now I am the captain of my own clarity and purpose. My mission is to share these teachings, and this video marks the beginning of that purpose. The journey was not easy, but the Stoic teachings have been my beacon in the darkest hours. Here are some suggestions for developing skills and incorporating transformative practices into daily life. By applying them from now on, you will be on the path to complete renewal and a clear direction for the future. Time for morning reflection. Take a few minutes each morning to meditate, reflect on past experiences, and visualize how you want your day to unfold. This will help you mentally prepare to face challenges. Journal of gratitude. Daily, write in a journal 3 things for which you feel grateful. This practice helps to focus on the positive things and to appreciate the little joys of life. Regular physical activity. Value the maintenance of a healthy body. Exercise regularly, whether it's walking, running, doing yoga, or other activity that suits you. Principle of control. When facing challenges, remember to distinguish between what you can and what you can't control. Focus on making wise decisions and calmly accept what is beyond your control. Self-discipline. Cultivate self-discipline in areas such as food, finance, and time management. Set realistic goals and work consistently to achieve them. Nighttime self-assessment. Before bed, reflect on your actions throughout the day. Assess whether you have acted in accordance with your Stoic values and principles. Identify areas for improvement and plan how to achieve them. Learning from inspiring examples. Explore books or biographies of people who embody Stoic values such as Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. Draw valuable lessons from your life experiences. Detachment from the opinions of others. Avoid worrying excessively about what others think about you. Focus on acting in line with your principles, without seeking constant approval. Memory of the impermanence of life. Take the impermanence of life and the inevitability of death as a reminder to cherish existence and make conscious decisions about how you want to live. Development of skills. Take time to learn new skills or hone those you already have. Personal growth is critical to Stoicism and empowers you to face challenges with confidence. Acceptance of the uncontrollable. Accept what you cannot control. This frees you from anguish, as Epictetus teaches. Valuing authenticity in relationships is a fundamental principle of Stoicism, which guides us to seek authentic connections based on virtue and mutual contribution. By incorporating these principles, we transform our lives, developing self-knowledge, resilience, and clarity of objectives. This approach helps us to live with purpose, compassion, and find serenity even in challenging situations. It is crucial to understand that Stoicism is a philosophy rooted in constant practice. You shouldn't expect instantaneous changes, but over time, these practices can assist in transforming life and adopting a more resilient mindset, aligned with personal principles and values. Faced with challenges and difficulties, it is essential to remember the Stoic maxim, "The obstacle is the path." Instead of complaining, seek opportunities for growth and learning in adverse situations. Preventing intense emotions and negative impulses from guiding the course of our life is fundamental. Cultivating emotional self-discipline, understanding others' perspectives through empathy and compassion will contribute to strengthening interpersonal relationships and promoting greater tolerance to decisions or actions. Adopting the habit of counting to 3 before acting provides an interval for reflection, preventing us from yielding to momentary impulses. Knowing when to say no and setting limits to avoid overloading yourself with excessive commitments are practices that safeguard mental and emotional health. Communication with others is crucial, prioritizing building and raising with words, avoiding unfounded criticism and gossip. The daily dedication to reading philosophical and Stoic texts provides opportunities to reflect on these teachings. Contemplation of mortality itself, reserving daily moments for this, contextualizes everyday concerns and highlights the importance of time. Cultivating positive self-respect, addressing challenges with self-compassion and motivation, is more constructive than constant criticism of what is out of our control. Helping others without expecting rewards in return, practicing altruism and engaging in community, are central pillars of Stoicism. This provides a sense of purpose and gratification. Stoicism offers a powerful way to transform life. Daily practices inspired by this ancient philosophy help develop self-discipline, resilience, and serenity in everyday life. Write down the important parts of this video as they will be crucial to your transformation journey. The true power of these teachings lies in consistent action and practical application in our daily lives. Therefore, I encourage each of you to choose one or more of these practices, gradually integrating them into your lives. Observe how perspectives and well-being evolve over time. If this video was helpful to you, expressing your support through likes, sign-ups and shares, you contribute to the dissemination of these principles. Share in the comments how Stoicism has impacted or could have positively impacted on challenging moments in your life. Thank you, and until the next video.